Yeah, so I just qigong is so important on a lot of levels, but I think the number one thing that it's done for me, like I was saying, is it's just brought this awareness of energy and its effect on you, and when you can really get quiet through meditation and really feel what subtle energies exist that you don't normally notice because we're buying groceries and driving down the street and talking to our friends and playing video games and doing whatever it is that we do, that serve mostly as distractions. You don't really sense those subtle energy changes, and that can be so powerful. I can do that before I'm going into a meeting. I'll get quiet and I'll say, okay, any sign of resistance or anything that I sense, I'll know it when I feel it. And then when I'm in a room, I can tell when I'm getting resistance if I'm negotiating a deal, or if someone, if someone's really excited and really into it, and I can sense how genuine they are. It's those subtle energies that at least in the past few years, have helped me navigate crazy situations.
Man, and you must be, because you're in LA, right? Because there'd be some.
Yeah. Yeah,
you're in the motherland of contracts and deals.
Absolutely. It's tough, and you really have to sift through and figure out who has your best interests in mind and who doesn't, and it's really hard. And people get taken advantage of out here all the time.
Oh man, having your integrity, having your grounding, and your sensitivity and your intuitiveness, and knowing that when you come in contact, what the integrity of the other is. And I suppose what I'm feeling now is I'm not judging the other and where they're at. That's like, that's cool. But yeah, you do have to look at what's the best interest for you, what's in your destiny.
Exactly.
And so having this awareness, I think, is the number one of why I want to share with people. And because once you realize that, it's so empowering to know, oh, this guy just totally wants to use me for this, and that's cool. I'll charge him for that. That's cool.
Exactly.
Or if someone comes with absolute passion, I didn't even think about money. I'm off with them in a second. Does that resonate also with?
That's exactly right. That's definitely, since I started qigong, that's been a huge lesson for me, is learning to utilize my intuition as that sort of yes or no decision-making factor. So if I am in any situation, I will say, okay, how do I feel about that? Does that resonate with me 100%? Like no questions asked, or is there a little bit of something resistant there, and what is it? And if I sense any level of resistance or a no answer, for that moment, I will say the answer is no. That may change tomorrow, it may change in 20 minutes, it may change in a week, but for that given moment, my answer has to be no until I feel 100% yes. And doing the work, the meditation, all of that, it's scary too. It's one of the scariest places to be not using logic to make a decision, because it goes against what I've been programmed to do. That's what we've all been raised to do, at least in this lifetime, is to use your noggin and think it out.
Yeah, but this really is a good deal, man. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, exactly. And we can be swayed by that, or we can be swayed by the lure of material things or whatever it is. But when you're solid enough and connected enough to your intuition, then no one can challenge that. No matter what they're throwing on the table, if your intuition doesn't sit right with it, then the answer is probably it's not in your best interest for your highest good.